Welcome to Sampurna, the holistic well-being with you, me, and us together. And today we are together here to understand one of the most beautiful, profound aspect of life, that is definitely spirituality. It has tremendous connectivity with connection with our childhood, and that's why I have titled this session also as childhood spirituality. So, welcoming all of you who have been joining slowly from Ayush to Amakesh to Rangnath to Kinjal to Vivek to Pallavi to Suju to Bhavesh to Srividya, Raindra, Premalia, and Sharad. Thank you so much for joining in. Ayusha, love you so much. Love you all too. And as much as you keep wishing me happy evenings and love you so much, I think at the same time, if you can also write comments at the end of the session, what is it that you learned, you picked up, I think it will reach out to more number of people. It's a small request to all of you. Then straight away moving out. Hi Arna, thank you for joining. Hi Malti ma'am. Hi Sujin. Hi Sheila. Love you so much. Hi Nisha Shah. Papa. Okay. So we will be, as usual, I'll keep it in a very simple layman's language. The whole thing about spirituality is not as complicated as they have made. Uh, things are not, when a very beautiful saying, which I think really goes perfectly well with spirituality, is this: life is very simple. But problem is, it is difficult to be simple. And those of them who have got it simple and they have started living life simply, I think they have got it right. And that it's as simple as that. Life is not difficult. Life is absolutely very, very simple. But the problem is it's very difficult to be simple. And those of you who have got it simply simple have actually got it right in their life. So, simply speaking about spirituality, it's not something that is so complicated that they have made. Let's understand there are multiple perceptions, multiple perspectives, ways, roads, paths that lead to any one of us to a spiritual experience or series of spiritual experiences. Different people, different paths, so many minds, so many ways. So today I will discuss one way which actually can make a lot of sense to all of us. I don't know how much experientially, but definitely in today's session, you can have a very intellectual, beautiful peep into, oh, this is also one way of understanding what a spiritual experience can do to you, and what is a spiritual enlightenment, or what it means to be spiritually evolved in life. So it's something like, before and after. The story is like before spiritual experiences, after spiritual experiences, before spiritual evolution and after spiritual evolution. It's an evolving process, so it just keeps happening. So spirituality is something where you can look back and say, I went through an experience. Before, you don't know. During the experience also, you do not know what you're going through. You can only look back and say, yes, I think I went something. What it is, I do not know. I still remember. I still get to hear from a lot of people who were with me on the trance night that we had, where sunset to sunrise we meditate to non-stop 12 hours with a lot of dynamism and staticity mix. A lot of them said, what was it? Deepak, can you tell me what was it? Kya tha wo? I said, it was, I can tell you. What was it? Nobody has ever got it. Nobody has known it. Thank you, Aspire Future Sharad, for that super sticker. What is it? क्या था वो? कुछ तो था, वो गारंटी है. क्या था वो नहीं मालूम है. But as long as you know there was something, I think you have gone through a spiritual experience. And those of you have gone through a spiritual experiences, and especially as recently as those of you have been with me on the trance night, and if you got the touch of divinity, you realize what I'm talking about. Now, people have high levels of energy, and then they can just give blessings and things happen. So one way of knowing that the person is very spiritually evolved, and they start magnetizing everything in their life. People are spiritually evolved. One very simple way that I have understood, how do you know you're a spiritually evolved person? If a spiritually evolved person, then you have all the childlike qualities. There are people who are childish. Thank you, Vasvi Jyoti, for endorsing that whole beautiful evening that was. There are a lot of people who are childish. We're not talking about childish people. We're talking about when you go through spiritual experiences, what happens is, all this growing years of adulteration that keeps happening to all of us at a mental level, physical level, emotional level, those layers keep getting shed. You keep shedding those layers of adulteration that happens to you. And such a beautiful explanation or definition I have given to what is an adult. You know, in my words, if in my perspective, I have to give you what is an adult. A child adulterated is equal to adult. A innocent child, a genuine child, a simple, beautiful, divine bundle of joy called child, getting adulterated by the world and the surroundings and the circumstances and their own personal mindset later on. That adulteration plus child becomes adult. And what is spiritual enlightenment in today's context? Spiritual enlightenment is when the adult starts shedding away all those things that he has got himself or herself adulterated at physical level, mental level, intellectual level, emotional level, and ultimately again get back in touch with the child in them. And they again one more time start living like a child, or they become childlike. You have spiritually evolved. You have got spiritually enlightened. And if you have to see as a testimony to the entire thing that I'm going to talk to you, or what I'm talking is, just watch out the true spiritual leaders, true spiritually evolved masters. Okay, not the religious masters, not the people who read scriptures. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about who have gone through spiritual experiences or series of spiritual experiences that have brought the child in them out. And you will see all those true spiritually evolved masters absolutely childlike. They have all the qualities of a child. All the qualities of the child. They have a divine laughter. They don't have that cunning laughter. They don't have a sarcastic smile. They do not have a sarcastic. They do not have an villainous laughter. They have a very divine childlike laughter. If you have seen child laughing, and if you've seen those spiritually evolved masters laughing, you'll see there is so much of childlike innocence in their laughter. You can just match it. No big deal. Nobody has to give you a certificate that you are a spiritually enlightened person or not. You don't have to wear a robe. You don't have to put some graphics on your body to show that you're a spiritually evolved person. You don't have to perform miracles to show everybody in the world that. And one this great thing about that Baba is performing miracles, that Guruji is performing miracles. Hey, hello. No human being can perform miracles. No God can perform miracles. It is the faith of the people in that Guruji, the faith of people in that spiritual master, faith of people in that God which creates miracle. There is no God beyond faith. And there is no miracle possible beyond faith. It is not the person or the place that makes miracle. It is the faith of the individual in that place or in that person or in that experience that performs or creates miracles for them. Let it get simple and straight. I think we have some technical glitch here. Give me a moment. Stay connected. I'll come back to you. Just give me a response somewhere that I am audible, visible to you, and streaming is going perfect. Just give me some thumbs up or yes on the comments column, please. Am I visible, audible to you? Yeah, okay. Yes, Darshana says yes. Thank you, Darshana. Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, Sharad. Thank you, Smita. Okay. Thank you, Uma. Thank you, Kenjal. Okay. Let's continue. We're talking about the laughter, childlike laughter. एकदम दिल से हंसते हो लोग, वो ढोंग नहीं लगता. You can make, but the most amazing, a lot of amazing thing that I'm going to discuss with all of you today. Very profound, very simple, very powerful. The most amazing thing about children is this. Children don't care a damn about what people think. लोग बोलते हैं ना, सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग. Now, what will people think? What people? Children care a damn about what people think. They can cry in the middle of a party, and they're not bothered about what dad is thinking, what mom will say, irrespective of dad and mom showing the eyes and telling hello. Man, they don't care. They can just laugh out loud in a death house. They can cry out in a beautiful party. They can dance without knowing who is watching, who's not watching. They don't care about what. I'm not saying they're careless. I'm talking about this whole thing which adults have. No, oh, I can't. Because think about you and me. We don't even ordinary people, common man, adult man, they don't want to even cry because they feel what will people think. Such a grown-up man, such a grown-up girl, a lady, she's a mother of two, and how can she cry in public? And usko sharm nahi aata kya, ye nahi aata kya? And we have this whole block here. What will people think? What will people think? People laugh with consciousness. They think if they laugh too loudly, what will people think? People don't want to dance in a party of their own louder because they think they're not a great dancer. And what will people think? And look at the child. Child does not know any steps also. He has not done any dance class also. Nothing. Its child is excited. The music is going on and it's going on. Tapak, tapak, tapak. Some steps he's doing and people think, oh, kitna dance kar raha hai. Look at the child. Whole house has been called to see. Oh, wow, look at the child. How he's always dancing. They're not even dancing. If they're calling it a dance, they just don't care. Absolutely, they don't care what will people think. Thank you, Sandeep, for the super sticker. And just can laugh out loudly. They can cry out loudly. How many of us, as an adult, we are such blocks? We feel like laughing and we don't laugh. Feel like crying our heart out and we don't. We feel like dancing in the party of our loved ones and the friends in their marriage functions. We are literally dragged into the whole thing and we resist it because we think, oh, what will people think? I will not look good. They will laugh at me. They'll make comments about me. They'll criticize me and this and blah. And we just hold ourselves. Children don't care about it. If they don't want to dance, you can't make them dance. You can't do that. Please, if they want to dance, you can't stop them. They are so independent in their mind and emotions. Can you imagine this? And you see any truly spiritually evolved person, they can just laugh out their heart out in the middle of chaos. They can just shed their tears out of gratitude and love for their creator. It can be a place of worship or where there are devotees who are following them, or they are anywhere else. They can just shed their tears. They don't have this thing. What do people think? Log bolenge. And all spiritual masters I have seen, whomever I have seen experientially, or those right now in contemporary world also, even in the early times also, they dance. Dance is a spiritual. Dance is spiritual. Music is spiritual. Because music comes from where the music comes. It doesn't come from the person. It comes through the person. The instrument also is there. Instrument can't produce music. Music comes through the instrument. So you and me are instrument through which the music comes. So what comes from nothing is spiritual. Music comes from nothing. It just comes from somewhere. Dance comes from somewhere. There is no book of dance. People get dance classes, but every dance choreographer, every dance master also, he comes up with a new step, with a new design, new form of dance. From where does it come? There is no book written on this. It is in their deepest of experience of dancing, or in the intensity of the dancing, they come up with a new step. It feels dance is a revelation, music is a revelation. And what is a revelation? It's not man-made, it is spiritual. Are we going okay? I think there is a technical piece, so just relax. It is testing my spiritual patience. Absolutely okay. Just for a few seconds, maybe, or maybe a minute. Just again, give me in the comment column, am I visible or audible or not? There's some technical glitch today somehow. It is checking our spiritual patience. Like what I told in 9 minutes meditation, how children will laugh when the light goes off. I'm also laughing at the entire time. I'm trying to be very spiritual right now, all of you. Yes, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Darshana. Thank you, Priyal. So we were discussing about music is spiritual because it comes out of nothing. Dance is spiritual, it comes out of nothing. What comes out of nothing is spiritual. And then when people say, I don't like music, I don't like to dance, I said, are you crazy? Really? You don't like to dance, you don't like music? It's spiritual. And those of, and when you see the spiritual people, they loved, you cannot see a spiritual evolved person in whose life music is not a part. It can be religious music, it can be hymns, it can be chants, it can be all those poems, it can be all those dohas, it can be all those azans, and there is music in every, there is music, there are musical instruments. So childlike music, the moment you put the radio on, the tape recorder on, they see the TV and some dance music is going on, children just don't know the hero, don't know the heroine, they don't know the lyrics also, nothing they know, and they dance. Think about that's spiritual, right? You don't know the lyrics, the child doesn't know the lyrics. And I have seen people, when I play some music of some other language, they come and say, can you please play this language, that language? I said, come on, you are still a human, you're still an adult. A spiritually evolved person, doesn't matter what music it is, what language, what lyrics it is, they just dance to the tune of the music. They just lose themselves to the tune of the music. Doesn't matter. And it's not about the lyrics that you understand when you are getting spiritually evolved. The child doesn't know the lyrics, but he don't understand the music. It's spiritual. Only difference between the child and a spiritually evolved soul is the child is not conscious that what it is doing is spiritual. The spiritually evolved person knows that spiritual because he or she is conscious about what they're doing. Spiritually, the child is not conscious that it does not care about the people, or log kya bolenge fark nahi padta hai. Spiritually evolved person consciously practices, I don't care, doesn't matter what people think, let them say what they want to say, let them think what they want to think, and log kya bolenge mujhe usse fark nahi padta. They know it consciously. The child dances to the music, to the tune of that song, without knowing lyrics, without the consciousness. They does not have the consciousness about it. They're not conscious about it. A spiritually evolved person, on the other hand, consciously knows there is, एक गाने के मतलब में कोई मतलब नहीं है, एक गाने के शब्दों में कोई अर्थ नहीं है, असली मजा तो Music में है. The real fun, the real spirituality is in the music that comes. Lyrics appeal to the mind. Music appeals to the heart. And that's how children dance to any language, any lyrics, any music. Doesn't matter Hindi, Bollywood, Hollywood, Tollywood, Collywood, Sandalwood. A spiritually evolved person also dance to any music. Even if there are times no music, just to the swaying of the tree, just to the breeze, the wind flowing, even to that chirping of the bird is a music for them, and they can just lose in the experience. That's spiritual. And that's what a child does. Only difference is child does it all without knowing it. A spiritually evolved person does it all knowing it. Knowing it. That is the next beautiful thing about knowing spiritual. You want to ask yourself, you're a spiritually evolved person? Check. This is a checklist or a mirror. Do I also need lyrics to enjoy the music? Or for me, music is enough? Yes, I think you're getting spiritually aligned. I think you're getting spiritually growing. One more beautiful expression of children is when the child is a small child, they love everybody equally and they hate also everybody equally. I'll keep it. They treat everybody equally. They can go to mummy, they can go to papa, they can go to driver, they can go to watchman, they can go to ayama, they can go to ma, they can go to the neighboring uncle, they can go to anybody's house, they can go to anybody's shoulders, they can go and sit in anybody's arm, they can go. They do not have resistance towards anybody. Either they will go to whoever they go, or they decide to go to anybody, then they will not go to their papa also. Children treat everyone equally. मम्मी पे भी सुसु करता है, पापा पे भी सुसु करता है. आप लोगे तो आप पे भी सुसु करेगा, गर्मा गर्म, एकदम गर्मा गर्म. वो किसी में फर्क नहीं करते. Children don't discriminate about on anything or about anybody. They will piss on anybody. They will shit on whomever they want to, wherever they are. Isn't it a very spiritual quality? I'm not saying that all spiritually evolved people piss on everybody. Now they are under different spirit. Nowadays, this new trend is happening in the flights where people are drinking and peeing on every possible passenger in the world. They are different spiritual. They are liquid spirituality. I'm talking about solid spirituality. So don't mistake about, oh, which means the people who are nowadays peeing on the in the aircraft on all this old people or any passenger are the spiritually evolved, Deepak, as per you. No, I'm not talking about that. But children treat everybody equally. A truly spiritually evolved person treats everybody, everything and everyone equally. उसके लिए ना कोई राजा है ना कोई भिखारी. They treat everybody with the same energy, same hugs, same love, same feeling they have. Now, whether they are Indian or American or Japanese or any nationality, for them they are only human beings. A truly spiritually evolved being loves everybody equally, beyond caste, beyond their religion, beyond their any social strata. Any social strata. Whether you are a Hindu or a Islamic or you're a Christian or you are a Jain or you are whoever you are, for a spiritually evolved person, you're one and the same. You're just another human being and you relate with that human being, the other person. And that's how a small child will treat every small child. You say, I'm talking about a child who has not yet gone to school, because this is a system of our education which is not actually our system. Our system of education was next level. They have scrapped it. Britishers came and spoiled the whole thing for us, and we are the victim of all this thing. But that is not a discussion here. When a child is still not gone to the school, that who treats everybody equally, he, he asks the child, uncle ko puppy do, he'll give. And if it doesn't want to give, you do any damn thing in the world, they will not do. Ekdam solid. They decide. If decision is taken, no means no. And that's how spiritually evolved people are there. Yes is yes and no is no. And that your little one will give hugs to everybody, kisses to everybody, will kisses to also everybody, hugs and kisses and pisses to everybody. This is the treatment child gives. Love all and love equally, and they do it brilliantly well. And that is exactly the quality you will see in all spiritually evolved people. Isn't it such a beautiful quality to learn from the children? And it's not something which you can get inspired and do it, because even if I tell it right now, few of you will say, hey, children can do, I cannot do it. I absolutely agree with you. You cannot do it because you and me are not got adulterated. Our mind has been contaminated. We've been told he's not from our religion. That religion is bad. That country is not good. These people are like that. Rich people are like that. Poor people like that. We have discriminated. Walls and walls of discrimination has been put. Children bridge, you know that? Children bring people close. Time and again, I have seen this. 6, 7 people will be sitting in the house, first time coming there, and they'll be a little awkward after each other meeting for the first time. And a few minutes later, a small child has to just walk in, and suddenly all of them will go to the child. Hello, what are you doing? Come, 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 come. Everybody wants. The child brings everybody together. Isn't it a spiritual quality? Because spiritually evolved person brings everybody together. The spiritually evolved person brings everything together. They unite. Children unite everybody. You'll never see children um, discriminating between others and saying that you don't come here, you don't go there. They will, moment the children, everybody comes close. Naturally, they are magnetic. Naturally, they're magnetic. They bring everybody together. What a spiritual quality the child has it. And that's what you see all truly spiritually evolved people. They have a world built in their own world. No single spiritual master was able to bring the whole world together, and nobody will be able to do it also. From Christ to Krishna, from Mahavira to Prophet Muhammad, even if all come together, nobody can bring the entire world into one common thread. How I wish somebody can do that. We'll play our part, but we can bring so many. So truly spiritually evolved people, if you'll see, beyond caste, beyond religion, beyond nationality, beyond linguistic differences, they bring everybody together. That is a very spiritual quality. They bring everybody together. You know, you're a truly spiritually evolved person. Even you also, as you and me also, you know, over a period of time, you have gone through your experiences because of maybe you have been to a spiritual master, you have been to a spiritual place regularly, you've been meditating regularly, and you have been rubbing yourself against somebody who has been spiritually living a spiritually aligned life. And you know, nowadays I also bring people together. I don't. That's a politician divide. Politicians divide in the name of caste. Let's not get into the whole thing. But you want to know you're a spiritually evolved person, aligned person, then this beautiful quality you can mirror from the child is children bring everybody together. A spiritually evolved person also brings everybody together. He brings purposes together. They bring people together. They bring nationalities together beyond discrimination. Spiritual evolution is going beyond all discrimination. When you know you don't discriminate, when you know heart of the heart, you don't treat others differently than other people. I know at a materialistic level, you'll have to sometime do that for good of them, not because you want to discriminate. But true spiritual evolution that I've learned is you go beyond all discrimination. And in your mind, in your heart, there is no discrimination. Thank you, Session, for the super sticker. When you know you have no discrimination, and you take, including yourself, even if you are a spiritually evolved person, and you take another spiritually evolved person and say as not a competition but as a compliment to you. When Sri Ravi Shankar ji sees Sadhguru as a competition, which they don't see, Ramdev Baba as a competitor, or some Chinese philosopher as a competitor, they all see themselves as complement to each other. It is the devotees or it is the followers who discriminate. Can you believe this? My guru is better than your guru. Ho ho. Both the gurus themselves feel, wow, what I am doing here with this set of people, you are doing there with those people so beautiful, no? You are extension of mine, I am extension of yours, and they complete each other, they complement each other, they don't compete with each other. Then you know you're a truly spiritually evolved person. And that's how children are. They complement each, they complete the whole circle of life, of the families, people. What a spiritual quality it is. Only thing is the child does not know what it is doing. Spiritually evolved person know what he or she is doing because they are conscious about this beautiful quality. It's a very natural blossoming that happens, that is natural blooming that happens in everybody who goes through spiritual experiences, and they start feeling under say they start feeling from inside, they start feeling who is different here. We're all the children of the same father. The energy that gives life to you is the same energy that gives life to me. We're all equals in spirit. We might look different, but in spirit we are all one and the same. And that's how children do. Children did everybody equal. It's only later the parents put into their head, no, I am the mother, I am the father, their uncle, their cousin, their first cousin, their distant relative, his neighbor. This whole discrimination was put to us by the world outside through our teaching system, through our parenting system, through our society system. If we were told you are a Jain, you should not do this. You are a Punjabi, you should not do this. You are a Sardar, you should not do this. You are a Muslim, you should not do this. You should do this. And this layers and layers were fragmented. All these fragments were put into our head by the society, by the world outside later on. But as a child, oh, we are a child, no fragmentation, no walls, only bridges, bridges, bridges to unite, to unite. To unite is spiritual. That is yoga. Yuj. Yuj means to unite. That unites is in state of yoga. Yogi, you are a spiritual person. Amazing. One more beautiful quality I'll discuss with you. Children have no inhibitions. Adults have inhibitions. And you see, spiritually evolved people, they don't have any inhibition. You can put a child a combination of dress of colors. You can make them wear a red pant, a green shirt, yellow cap, orange shoes, and they can happily go anywhere. They don't think what people do. If I ask you, who's adult right listening to me, wear a red pant, green shirt, yellow shoes, orange cap, and start living. You'll say, Deepak, pagal, okay? I don't want to be spiritually evolved. It's okay to be human being. But that is different. And that's why you'll say spiritually evolved people, the kind of dressing they do, it's mind blowing. To have those graphics here, to have some different dress here, different ropes, different garlands and different necklaces, and some sometimes pearls, sometimes stones, and rudrakshamala wearing here. Oh, it's like fancy dress competition. You see, I wonder why would they do? See, that is one extreme of wearing some fancy colors and fancy dresses, sometimes white, sometimes orange, sometimes green, sometimes black. Somebody wear this. They have their own dressing up the whole thing. And to carry yourself in that kind of paraphernalia is not easy. People keep looking at you. People who know you in your own sect, your own cult, they know you are a Guruji, you are the master of this place. But suppose they go alone outside, they will look like Joker only. Fancy dress competition going on somewhere, and the person is ran away from there. I look at children, same colorful, and that is one extreme of color. Other extreme is like how a child, absolutely naked, can run in the entire house and sometimes can go out of the house, ekdam nanga, absolutely naked, and they don't feel any shame about it because they are not conscious about it. Similarly, another extreme of spiritually evolved people is they can only wear one langoti, just one pair, one small piece of clan cloth. And there are some sects like Digambar Jain that don't even wear a single piece of cloth on their body. Absolutely Digambar, absolutely naked. They walk through the world because they realize they have no inhibitions left. They realize there's no inhibitions left. And there's the ultimate inhibition we have is of clothes. Even they have shed that also. You know, you're a spirit. Even after you're naked and it doesn't bother you about what we have. I'm not talking about mad person. There are a lot of mad people who run naked in the world. They don't have consciousness. Here in complete consciousness, They choose to shed away the clothes or wear the clothes of their choice, which in the eyes of the world look out of place, and they carry it with such panache, carry it with such grace, as if it doesn't bother to them what they're wearing. Then they're a spiritually evolved person. Like how a child, whether it is wearing anything or nothing, any kind of color on the child you put, full pant, full shirt, half shirt. I'm talking about a small child. I'm not talking about that 4-year, 5-year old who's already started going to school and who has seen the branded clothes that his classmates or her classmates wear. No, education has ruined. One beautiful T-shirt I had long time back in my younger days. I'm still young only, but was a bulla. But I was born intelligent. And education ruined me, and actually it ruined. It may have built the entire world. It didn't build our world. We are still miserable with all the lessons and all the learnings and all the education that we have. We still cry about small stupid things, but that is how it is. But that's a part of discussion right now. But child can wear anything or nothing, and they just feel absolutely themselves. Likewise, a spiritually evolved person, they can wear anything or nothing, and they completely feel themselves, absolutely themselves. And that's the quality the child has, and also the quality a spiritually evolved person has it. Isn't it beautiful? It's amazing. When very even more spiritual, the most spiritually practiced practice, which takes years and years of effort from people, including people who are spiritually evolved, is one quality: children live brilliantly without their knowledge, of course. Children always live in the present. Children have no past, they don't have future. Children don't understand the concept of time. You know that? I'll explain to you. A child of 6 months, 1 year, 2.5 years is playing. Mummy is in front of the child. The child is peaceful, happily playing. The moment mother goes out of the house, the child starts crying. The child cries because he thinks mummy is going means mummy is going. Mummy tells, better wait, mummy will come in 20 minutes or 5 minutes. The child doesn't understand the concept of what is 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It only understands you're going means you're gone and I cannot let you go. So the child cries. So as long as the mother is there in front of him in the present, the child is happy, peaceful. The moment mom goes, for him it is gone. 5 minutes or 10 minutes means nothing to the child. Until the mother comes back, the child will keep crying. Whether mother comes in 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, or 5 minutes, that much time the child will cry. You tell the child will ask, Mama, chocolate. Mama will tell, I'll give you after 10 minutes. The child doesn't understand the concept of time. He said, I want it now. For the child, everything is here and now. Now means now. Until you don't give the chocolate, they keep up on the chocolate. I'll give you after Papa comes. They don't understand when Papa will come. They want it now. They want it now. They will shout. They will scream. They will cry. They will pester you. They will nag you. Whatever to be done, they will do you. But they want it. Because child doesn't understand the concept of past or the future. They only understand present. Now is now. You tell the child, tomorrow I'll give you. They don't know what is tomorrow. They don't know what was yesterday. So you tell them, yesterday only I told you, no. They don't remember yesterday. So they keep doing the same mistake again and again. That is why a little child of 1.5 year can fight with the neighbor's child of the same age, come crying to you, and you can say, see, I told you, he's a bad boy. Next time, don't go to and play with him. Okay? Okay, mama. Over? That friendship is over. Now you're not going to the same friend again. Okay? Okay, mama. Mummy will go. After 30 minutes you come in, your child is playing with the same neighbor's child. Because they've forgotten that they have fought 30 minutes back. So they can immediately come and there's nothing called reconciliation, okay, huggy, puppy, nothing. Simply they know over is over. Now we are okay. Okay, let's start playing. Start playing. And I must come. There's no one told him, he agreed, no what happened. What happened is nothing. The child doesn't understand what is called past. Look at you and me, adult people. We got so adulterated. We carry the past. The child forgets 30 minutes back fight, argument that happened 30 minutes. and we carry the 30 years of fight, argument, disturbance, an issue with somebody for a 30 years onwards. And then you see a truly spiritually evolved person. They don't carry any grudges against anybody. They also put all the possible effort to live in the moment, here and now. They forget what happened. They don't care about what is going to happen. They're there in the moment. They're here and now. Such an amazing spiritual quality. Chit, chit, consciousness. They're always in a state of consciousness, here and now. For a spiritually evolved person, over is over. हो गया ना, ठीक है. Forget it right now, this moment. Future we will see when it comes. Why to worry about the future that is not come? Right now, this is the moment. Let's enjoy this moment. This is the moment. Let's make the most of this moment. Right now, this person in front of me, let me give my best to this person and make the most of this person. And they are in the present. And that's a truly spiritually evolved person's quality. And that's what is the quality of a child also. The child lives in the present. That's why you can cry out of pain, sleep, and get up as if nothing happened. And here we are, we got some bad hurt, and we carry the pain whole next few days. And even after the pain or the injury is over, we still keep reminding it again and again to ourselves and everybody else, and become miserable about the whole thing for another next few more days after the pain is already over. Isn't it crazy? I thank you, Sheila, for the super sticker. We keep carrying it. The child forgets. They don't even remember there's a pain. It was over last night. They got the injection. You gave them vaccination. That time they cried loudly. The pain is that they will cry out loudly. Moment the pain goes off, they don't even remember they got vaccination. And today, how many of us, when we took corona shot, we keep thinking, my God, the whole thing was so painful. Next 2 days, I had this kind of symptom, that kind of symptom. Even today, 2 years later, we think about it and we become miserable. It's such a human quality. Spiritual quality child has this. But only difference is here, the child does not know it. A spiritually person knows it and he practices it with a lot of consciousness. They're always in the present. And that's why that child does not carry the burden. See, burden. The other day I was hearing somebody's talk or I don't know what it was, asking, which animal carries the maximum burden? और कौन सा सबसे ज्यादा बोझा ढोता है? Which animal carries the maximum load? So they said, I think it's an elephant. हाथी बहुत बोझा कैरी कर सकता है. फिर cow, a bull, carry the weight of the person, man on his back. Camel also carries weight of so much. Which animal carries the maximum weight? And they counted elephant and horse and this. And man said, no. The maximum weight is carried by not animals. The most intelligent animal called human being. You know how much weight we carry on our head, in our head and heart, of years together, of so many people's hurt. And there are people who have hurt you, have died long time back. They would have taken rebirth in your own house as your nephew or niece or maybe your own child, and you're carrying the burden. Allah mar gaya aur mere paas chhod ke chala gaya. And what weight we carry. Look at the child. Child carries no burden. The fight is over. He's again the friend. No burden at all. So you will never see a sad child. You will see a crying child. You will see every possible kind of child. You will not see a sad. You will not see a small child of 1.5, 2 years sitting like this. Yo, kaisa baap mila mere ko? My God, what the hell of a mother I have in my life. I'm depressed of this life. You will never see a sad child. Sadness is not a quality of a child. And so is with a spiritually evolved person. You will not see a spiritually evolved person sad. You can see them annoyed. You can see them a little disturbed or angry for a moment. You will not see them sad. And finally, since I have the time to complete the whole session, finally, my favorite is a donkey also, madam. I agree with you. Man is the biggest donkey in life. He carries the maximum weight, not the donkey. So if you are riding donkey because you think man is a donkey, I absolutely agree with you, Malti man. And my personal favorite spiritual quality of a child that you can see in every spiritually evolved soul is enthusiasm. You'll not see a single child who is not enthusiastic. Enthusiasm comes from a Greek word called enthos. Enthos means being with God. That means whenever you are enthusiastic, you're in touch with the God. Enthos. That is why in this part of the world we say, "Bacche Bhagwan ka roop hote hain." Children are like God's image. Because children are always enthusiastic, and children are enthusiastic and they love enthusiasm. Wherever there is enthusiasm, that will attract. That is why children attract everybody. A small child playing, running, shouting, screaming, they will attract everybody's attention. And that's what is enthusiasm all about. Wherever you see enthusiasm, you will get attracted there. Now, whether the enthusiasm is in the sports, or it is happening around you, or it is in you, will attract everybody in life. You will attract everybody's attention in life. Enthusiasm comes from the word called enthos. Enthos means being with God. And children are always in that absolute peak enthusiasm. Either they are running around or they are sleeping. They don't do anything in between. Have you seen that? They don't simply sit and I'm easily sitting down. No, either they are running, playing, and they do everything with they eat also with enthusiasm. Few of them will eat, food will fall down. Few of them will sit in the plate and food will be outside, and they will be running and eating the food. And even if they cry, you will not see a single child crying like the you and me cry. They cry also. They cry. They cry also with enthusiasm. They are miserable also, happily miserable they are. Enthusiasm is the name every child is born with. Enthusiasm is the quality with every child is born with. And same you will see a reflection in all the spiritually evolved people. All the spiritually evolved people are very enthusiastic. You'll not see them tired, lazy, bored, मजा नहीं आ रहा जिंदगी क्या हो गई है. They are absolutely enthusiastic. Enthusiasm in their talk, there is enthusiasm in their laughter, there is enthusiasm in their devotional cry, also there is enthusiasm. There is in the devotion, there is enthusiasm. There is enthusiasm written all over their life and their body and their work and their behavior. Everywhere, enthusiasm is such a spiritual quality. And look at an adult. They have lost enthusiasm. The gas is over for them. And you and me were the same child, my dear friend. That's what I want to make all of you realize. So, in my way of understanding, to make you understand this beautiful perception of spirituality is, what is enlightenment? The child has to become adult to become a child. When the child becomes adult and then puts all the effort to become childlike again, and when they achieve this whole beautiful thing called childlikeness, then you are a spiritually enlightened human being. And you can see this quality in all the spiritually evolved people. Since I have a time constraint, I have to keep it like this only, to stop it here only. But just observe a child of 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 1.5, 2 years, till they go to the school. And you can see all godlike quality in the child, and then you will see all childlike quality in that spiritually evolved soul. And that's how you can understand and it can be explained to you what is enlightenment. Enlightenment is the child gets adulted to become adult, and then adult by a lot of various practices shed all this adulteration layer by layer from physical, mental, intellectual, emotional layers, and again become like a child and live how a child will live in a very conscious state of being, living childlike. You are a spiritually enlightened, spiritually evolved soul in life. And that's what I meant to say when I say childhood spirituality. Your childhood is equal to spirituality. Spirituality is equal to living your childhood again. How many times people say, अगर भगवान मिल जाए तो क्या मांगोगे? अपना बचपन मांगूंगा. God asks you again, what do you want in life? I want to have my childhood back. Then, my dear friend, you don't have to go for the God. Go to the God. It's your responsibility, which you can. If somebody can show you the way, walk you the way, take you the way, be the way to you, I think it's possible for each one of us to again experience our childhood back in that adult body, and you have experienced him again in the form of a child in you. And then you can say, I think I am also spiritually evolved person. Like how a child will lives every spiritually evolved soul, its true essence. In true essence, enlightenment is your own childhood, which we all were, which we all can become in life. So all the best for your journey of your life to become childlike one more time. And let's have this beautiful child that is in us already. Let it not die. Let it be reborn again. And the rebirth is called in Vedas, Dvija, twice born, spiritual awakening, spiritual enlightenment. And when this child is reborn again in you, and you feel like a child one more time, you're spiritually evolved, you're spiritually born again. And a journey of divinity has started one more time in this beautiful path. Let's walk this path together. Come, let's grow together. Thank you so much. Love you so much. Bye bye.